back to The Bluff, episode 2 coming at you guys. It's Maddie Schwartz here with Coach Ferg, fresh off a 14-inning scrimmage against UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
So a long day.
Long day.
And
not done.
And we're not done.
We're never done.
We're never done. Job's never finished. So thank you for just talking with me today, because I know it's
well,
been
I appreciate you sticking around all day.
I wanted to have a check-in. We've now faced some opponents for the first time with this whole new group of guys. And I wanted to know how not only today went, because we'll touch on that, but UNLV, I know you guys played them last weekend. So that was your first trip traveling with the guys. Yeah. How was that?
The trip was fine.
Okay.
Alexis did a great job with the travel. We didn't play great, but the trip was good. We wanted intentionally to take a trip to practice, right? Sort of just to get the first time anxieties out of the way, and how to get on a bus, and how to pack, and how to get in the hotel, and how to do all that stuff. And we looked a little lethargic, I think I would say, on Saturday. We got in kind of late.
It's a trip.
Yeah, and it's a long drive. It took 6.5 hours to get there because of traffic. So it was just kind of a lot going on. And the next day, we looked a little sluggish. We started off pretty well. Then we hit a little rut, and it was hard to get our energy back. So we talked about that post-game, and just in terms of being able to find energy even when you don't really have it, right? Being able to be excited to be at the ballpark and play with your teammates and be with your brothers. And we weren't as aggressive and confident as I was hoping we would be. There was some tentativeness, so we discussed that afterwards. It was a good teaching moment for us. So we really got to see, like, okay, we're not where we want to be. We're not as maybe as tough and as aggressive in a lot of the ways as we thought we probably were. And I thought that showed today.
Okay.
We came out with some attitude and some confidence, and we were not scared, which is, we talk about that all the time. We're not going to be scared.
Yeah.
They were not scared today. And so I thought it was really good for our guys to do that, to see that we can get down and punch right back. We have some firepower.
Yeah.
And I thought our pitchers after that initial response were really impressive. They did such a good job of just steadying the ship. We had a couple of blips here and there, but I was really proud of the way the whole group just had energy throughout the day. They put on a good show, and they showed that they have some ability to do some cool stuff.
That's fantastic, and I also like how you just touched on whatever you guys did at UNLV, you leave it there, but you also learn from it and apply it to, honestly, big games, like big opponents like UC Santa Barbara. You know how they operate. You operated them for a while, so that's kind of interesting how you got to be on another side of it. And showed what we could do.
I think our guys were probably intrigued about how that would go too. Like, I think
I was looking forward to it. I was like, I gotta get down here.
Everybody was curious about how that interaction would go.
I'll go 14 innings.
and it was good. It was good to see those guys, and obviously I'm close with a lot of those players and certainly the staff, and it was a good challenge for our guys. Yeah, it was good to catch up with those guys, and it was good for our guys, I think, to get challenged that way last week, and then to be able to know that, hey, this team probably certainly more talented and certainly more polished than even what we saw last week, and to answer the way we did today was really cool.
Big. Are you seeing some guys, because I think now you're getting a little of a feel, because it's different when you're playing each other versus when you're playing on other teams. So are you kind of seeing a little bit of personality show through in some of the
guys are starting
teammates?
To
like who
find out
them up
who's the talkers, who are quiet guys, who are the funny guys, who are the guys that are just eating snacks in the corner, all that kind of stuff. We're starting to get those personalities are really starting to come out. Everybody gets to know each other now. We've had some talks the last couple of weeks, honestly, about sort of how we're coming together, and there's been some challenges, right? We have a lot of returning guys who are used to doing a certain way and feel bonded, and then we have a bunch of new guys who are coming into a new group, and that's always a challenge, but it's natural. It's human nature is to go through some ups and downs in that process, and I was really proud of the way they all came together today.
So there was something that struck me before you guys left for UNLV. You talked about the importance of playing with freedom. I think you said that in like a little huddle, and I wanted to know why you stress that so much and why that's important, or you think it's super important and it shines in scrimmages or games or practices or something like
that. The concept of playing with freedom is about not that you get to do whatever you want or there are no rules or it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's that I'm not scared of it going
Right.
wrong, right? And that's what holds most of us back in whatever we do, is we're scared that it might go sideways, or we won't make it, or it won't turn out the way we want, and that scares us, right? And I just don't want our guys to play with that. And there are expectations and standards and a certain level of play and focus and preparation that needs to be there, no doubt. But when we go play, we cannot be scared. We have to play with that freedom that, hey, it might not go great. We might not play great, or we might get beat, but we're not going to be scared of that. And you never really find out how good you can be or how far you can go if you don't go for it, right? Just a really good effort as a group. And, you know, that's what we're trying to finish the fall strong, you know, in that way, so that we feel like our fall was productive. Now we can work on, you know, tightening up some of those skills over the course of the last couple of weeks, take a break, and come back in January and be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Right. Well, that seems to be all I have in terms of baseball, but do you have any upcoming news? Well, baseball related, obviously, but any upcoming news kind of for family or
just a reminder that our Fall World Series will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. That's Friday night at 6 p.m. And then we'll go noon starts the next couple days on the 11th and 12th, and that'll wrap up sort of our team phase of fall. And then just a reminder down the road that January 27th will be our fundraising poker night, with January 28th, the Sunday being Alumni Day.
Okay, very fun. Well, those are all good events that I'm gonna look forward to.
Absolutely.
Mark on the calendar. That's all for episode 2, but we're gonna come at you with a lot more. And thank you to all of the fans that came out today.
Yeah, it was a great crowd
to support the
today.
Lions. There was a really good turnout.
Yeah, it was a great crowd
I
today,
liked it.
and
It's
it
good
was fun to
energy.
see. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what made us win. No.
Come on out this weekend too.
Well, that's all, and thank you for speaking with me again. And then have fun at the draft tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Maddie.
Bye.
Bye.